Hello and welcome to the Power Circuit, a must-watch program specially packaged by the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN. We are happy to bring to you the latest information about the Nigerian power sector. My name is Amara Agogoisi, and I'm taking you through this half hour on screen. Here is what we have for you today. Minister of Power, Engineer Abubakar Aliyu, lots mainstream energy for expansion works at KNG hydropower plant. TCN extols general managers in transmission service provider section, harps on more commitment. Our management has rehabilitated and upgraded the 132-33 kilovolts Sakura Substation, says official. Power transmission workers sensitized on safe use and disposal of power oil protective equipment. The Minister of Power, Engineer Abubakar Aliyu, has lauded Mainstream Energy Solutions Limited for the commencement of Turbines expansion project at the KNG hydropower plant in Niger State. Engineer Aliyu stated this shortly before cutting the tape to mark the commencement of the addition of 2 new turbines to the hydropower plant.
The minister said access to electricity will impact industrial development, noting that the project was in line with the Vision 30-30-30, indicating that on-grid renewable energy will reach 30% by 2030 from the current 80% for gas plants and 20% of renewable energy. Engineer Liu also said hydropower-based loads are being added to the grid, with 700 MW Zungeru at 92% and 40 MW Kashimbila already working, among others. Chairman of MESL Board, Colonel Sani Bello Retired, said with the addition of the 2 turbines, which are units 1G3 and 1G4 turbines, KNG capacity will rise to 980 megawatts. Also speaking, Managing Director of MESL, Engineer Lamu Aldo, said at May 2021, we have recorded 542 megawatts from KNG and Jeba, bringing our capacity to 1,002 megawatts from the 462 megawatts we met when we took over in 2013. He also said the new project by Power Channel will add 220 megawatts to the plant and is expected to be completed in 44 months. This ceremony had the royal presence of the Etsunupe Alhaji Yaya Abubakar and the Emir of Burgu Alhaji Muhammadu Haliru Dantoro.
Towards strengthening commitment of its management staff, the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, at a meeting has extolled the general managers in its transmission service provider section. The company also urged the pivoting staff on more commitment towards advancing national electricity grid management in the current power sector regime governed by contracts.
Addressing the general managers at the TCN headquarters in Abuja, the Executive Director Transmission Service Provider TCN, Engineer Victor Adewumi, said the meeting was where the management officials compared notes on performance with a view to improving on it.
This is the TSP meeting. We normally hold this meeting regularly. The meeting is it's a kind of coordination meeting in the TSP sector. So this is where we discuss all the issues bothering us, especially the way we do our business in TSP. So for this particular meeting, we'll be discussing some salient issues. We'll be discussing the partial activation of contract, which many of you, especially the regional managers, are all aware. It is being championed by NAC. So partial activation of contract will define the way we do business in this sector moving forward.
Engineer Deumi also said the participants will discuss the spate of vandalism of critical infrastructure while harping on predictive maintenance of power transmission assets. He lauded the TCN management for the commitment to continually improve the capacity of the staff. The TSP head at TCN also said the commitment to zero tolerance for accidents was part of the discussion for the participating top officials of the company.
We'll be discussing rate of accident also. This is our sector. We have zero tolerance for failure. For goodness sake, we are dealing with 330, 132, 33 kV. Nobody survives that kind of voltage. If you are electrocuted by that kind of voltage, nobody survives it. So we have zero tolerance for accident in TCN. So we'll be discussing that again. And the last one, which I think the GM HSC will be here to throw more light on, is the standard protection code. So gentlemen, let me welcome you to this meeting, and I wish all of us here a very fruitful deliberation.
The power circuit continues in a moment. Please stay on.
$6.5 there.
Guys, I have a business that can change our lives.
Business?
Business that can change our lives.
Guys, if money is involved, I mean, take it. But you don't know the kind of business.
Business is business.
Okay, my guy. That's you. Let's finish this game. No.
Real money, and there's a big market for it.
Wait, is it vandalism that you have brought me here to do?
Yes!
Something that can take me to jail? Something that can destroy our economy and spoil what the government wants to achieve?
Real money.
I can't. See this man? I can't.
Even you.
Shut up your mouth. I will never go to jail. Vandalism. God forbid. God forbid.
Look at the people I want to help. I beg you. Please, Oga, I beg you. I beg you. This is the handwork of the devil. Please.
Be part of our economic growth. Do not destroy electricity power installations. Do not destroy government effort to provide electricity for all. Report any suspicious person found stealing or loitering around power installations to any security operatives close to you or to the nearest transmission company of Nigeria office.
This message is brought to you by the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, transmitting electricity in the most efficient and effective manner.
The management of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, has rehabilitated and upgraded the 132-33 kV Sakura Transmission Substation in Ondo State, says the Senior Manager System Operations, Engineer Bakari Akim. He spoke with the power circuit recently at the facility where he discussed the key upgrades that have happened in the substation.
Speaking at the substation, which is also a work center, Engineer Kim, who supervises the facility, said the station is over 50 years old, servicing Akure town and its environs.
This station has been in existence since the 60s. The station is the one that is feeding Akure Metropole, part of Ondo and Ekiti State. The station, we have about 120 MVA capacity, which we have 3 transformers, T1A, 30 MVA, and 2x60. That's 150 MVA in capacity. And we have about 8 feeders. We have Owo, we have Iju, we have Akure Main, we have Elizade, we have Obaile, we have Igbaroke, we have Owena. All these feeders, they are the ones that feed our various distribution stations.
Engineer Kim noted that the substation connects to another substation in Ado Ekiti in Ekiti State to supply bulk power to distribution load centers under the Benin Electricity Distribution Company, BEDC.
Under this distribution station, we have about 3 business units, which is Baroque business unit, Owo business unit, Akure business unit. All of them, they are under Benin Electricity Distribution Company. So also we have one outgoing 132 kV station that is feeding Adekiti 132 kV TS, and that station has been existing since year 2008.
The Akure substation gets its power source from Osogbo in Osun State and had it upgraded to a work center last year.
This station takes its source from Osogbo, 330 132 kV stations. Work center is one of a station under the region that is coordinating the affairs of other substations. Akure Work Center has newly been created in the year 2021, around July. And under that work center, we have Akure TS and Ado-Ekiti 132 kV. Those are the 2 stations that is under Akure Work Center. All these work center, they are there in order to make our work faster, to make the thing very closer to where we have work. In those days, whenever we have a work, maybe there's a fault, we have to call on Omotoso or Osogbo. Before they get here, the outage times used to be longer. But as we have our work center very close to our substation now, how to clear for and do some other work is very faster, and our work, we have serious improvement on it in terms of service delivery.
Engineer Kim also lauded TCN for empowering the in-house engineers who are better positioned to install modern power transmission equipment.
Our maintenance engineer, they are the one that install this transformer T4A 60 MVA 132/33 kV transformers from inception to the commissioning stage, and that transformer was commissioned August 20, 2018. Therefore, since then, our in-house engineers, they have been doing wonderfully well. Instead of giving work now to the contractor, this is a thing that they can easily do. Installation of transformer, installation of breakers, installation of isolators, and many other things like that. Therefore, by giving them that opportunity, we have a great improvement, because this is what they are paying for. And as they are giving that opportunity, they are showcasing what they have at hand. And if we still give them more opportunity, they are going to do more than that.
He also highlighted the maintenance schedule for the facility.
All this scheduled maintenance has been arranged, and every department we submitted is a outage preventive maintenance to NCC, especially on the transformer. And all these things will be approved at the exact time when we have those outage. And when all this preventive maintenance is being carried out on the transformer, this thing reduce the problem that we may encounter, because they have already serviced all those equipment before we have a fault on it. Therefore, and since when I've been here, since 2007 that I've been here, we don't have any problem of maybe we have a breaking down of equipment, or because our maintenance engineer, they are up and doing, and they are up to the task.
Engineer Kim further said the management has provided adequate spare parts and modern equipment for the substation.
All our the spare part is available. All our moribund equipment has been serviced. We have some CT on ground. We have some breaker on ground. We have isolator on ground. All these things are there just because if we have anyone that is failed among the existing one, they can easily take it up and install it without taking time. Therefore, that's why all those facilities, they are there. They are just on ground in case we have any breakdown on the existing one.
Inside the control room of the Akure substation, Engineer Kim explained the functions of the control panels.
This the control room is a place where we are operating all the equipment at the switchyard. If you can see on the board, whatever you see in the switchyard is being replicated on our panel. This panel now, we have different equipment there. We have a breaker knob. We have breaker. We have isolators and some other equipment. that are already existing in the switch yard. Therefore, whenever we want to have maybe an outage or either planned or forced or whatever, we have also relays that are monitoring what is on the line. Therefore, if you have an outage, this is the place where we are going to execute whatever the maintenance people want to, before they can work on our equipment. We are going to isolate the equipment here by opening the breaker after preparing our OTO, order to operate.
In its quest for compliance with safety standards and operational best practices, the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, has organized a health and safety sensitization program for its operational staff at the 132 33 kilovolts Apple Transmission Substation in Abuja.
In his opening remarks, the Assistant General Manager Transmission of Abuja Sub-Region of TCN, Engineer Musa Shuaibu, said safety is key in the operation of the transmission network.
This awareness is a very, very welcome development. We have been using transformer oils and other chemicals, but we don't know the hazard involved in this. Thank God we have the experts, those in the environment department, that are here to tell us the effect of this. Maybe the transformer oil we are playing with. We may not know the effects today, but in the long run, when by then you've retired and you don't know what it is cause, and they will tell you, say, it is this thing you have been playing with. Let me give you a typical example of myself. When I was a very young engineer, I used to dabble with SFC's gas. We used to play with it. Not playing per se, but we look at it as if it's nothing. Well, at the long run, I start having effects, like in the teeth. When you allow the gas to go, you don't know what is going to happen to you. So please, all of us here are stakeholders, so let's listen attentively to what they are going to tell us. Let me not take too much of our time. I kickstart the opening of this very important lecture that I want to give us today. I wish you all a very successful and useful deliberation.
A principal manager chemical at TCN, Babatunde Yusuf, led a session tagged Awareness on Chemical and Environmental Issues within TCN facilities as he explained the effects of transformer oil on the skin.
Oil has its own problem for us. Many people say after having their bath, in the days of Hamatan, after having their bath or whatever, operator works on shift after bathing or whatever. One man said after bathing, instead of when Vaseline is not available, oil is good to use. Just rub the oil on the body and you will be shining. You'll be shining. For those who have like a Monday that bad skin like this, you may put the oil, you'll be looking at Asobila from here. So those are the issues we have.
He also spoke about how best officials should use and maintain their personal protective equipment during work hours.
Like it's not only EMD staff that work when they are servicing a transformer. Other departments, other people work and they feel like they also need it. So we need to know who and who. This thing is in millions. It's in millions. Because they are not materials, they are sensitive materials. Even the man who was supposed to bring them in had to get clearance from DSS. Because you don't know whether you are going into an explosive factory, you want to be guarded. So all these things they are really expensive. And we need to make case to be able to get more from management end.
In his comments, the Assistant General Manager Technical Services at the Abuja Transmission Region of TCN, Engineer Mahmoud Suleiman, advised the technical staff to heighten their safety standards and proper maintenance of the safety gears.
I will urge us, those who, especially those handling oil, because basically that will consider first electrical departments, because they are the ones that get in touch with this oil, transformer oil. So I wouldn't want a situation whereby this kits are being shared to staff, and at the end of the day, when you come, they are working and you don't see them in that this thing. So I think that one, anybody found doing that one, I think it should be sanctioned. The safety officers in various locations is your responsibility as well. ensure that once we have that kind of situation, we are working on pumping oil, we are dealing with oil, those one involved in that task should be properly kitted once we issue these items out. So thank you for coming, and we really appreciate that.
Shortly after the session, the lead safety expert at the sensitization further spoke about the objective of the sensitization program.
It's to meet up with the global convention that has to do with the environment and safety of staffs concerning all these issues. Over the years, we've been dealing with some chemicals that are not environmentally friendly to us. So, and unfortunately, our staffs are not too aware of the consequence of this. So this is a way of telling them to be careful and to be wary of how they handle these chemicals, and for their safety and for their well-being.
It's a very nice presentation, because I personally have been longing to have this kind of presentation since I came into PCM. I know we normally deal with oil, especially EMD departments, and we, the PCN department, at times we do work with them. So I will now see the way the oil will be spilling over all their bodies. So in my own thoughts, I will be wondering that there is a side effect on this oil on their body. So although I've read about PCB, I know the side effect of it, but thank God today that TCN is coming to our aid in terms of safety. So the benefit of it is that as we have had the presentation today, we need to implement it by the gadget he has displayed to us, that it should be getting to the department that is in need of it.
Explaining the cruise of the sensitization, the Principal Manager Health, Safety and Environment, Abuja Regional TCN, Edu Omofoma, said staff are being made aware of the effects of some high chemicals used during power substation maintenance.
PCBs, also known as polychlorinated biphenyls, are basically a set of man-made organochemicals which are highly toxic. Major dangers associated with PCBs being highly toxic, and if not handled with care, they can induce cancer. And high exposures to it can lead to eye irritations, lung infections. Even sometimes it suppresses the body immune system. Presently, the management in its wisdom is organizing these programs like this nationwide. Also, it's creating an awareness for all staff and for the public. Also, it's also educating people on how to handle these chemicals properly. Any material that contains PCBs, and also is providing safety wears for staff to protect them from the hazardous nature of these chemicals, and proper disposal of PCBs, of anything containing PCB which is being used presently in the organization.
You are onto the power circuit. Here are the reports we brought to you. Minister of Power, Engineer Abubakar Aliyu, lost mainstream energy for expansion works at Kenji Hydropower Plant. TCN has told general managers in transmission service provider section HAPS on more commitment. A substation supervisor said the TCN management has rehabilitated and upgraded the 132-33 kilovolts Sakura Substation in Ondo State. TCN has also sensitized some of its operational staff in Abuja on safe use and disposal of power oil protective equipment. Thank you for being there always. Watch this episode and all others on the TCN YouTube channel. And we have more of these platforms to keep the conversation going. Stay with us for another exciting edition of the Power Circuit. I am Amara Agugoisi. Bye for now.